Hey there, guys. We're back at Coneria, and we're gonna try to slowly make our way back up to the temple. Maybe we should fight a couple guys and gain a level. Let's do that while we talk about this a little bit more. The city, if you haven't deduced already, or if you're just familiar with the game and some of its remakes on other platforms, is not named Coneria. It's actually supposed to be Cornelia, which is a nice generic fantasy town name. But, yeah, there's a few translation issues here. There's a few issues with all kinds of things here, actually, as it happens. We'll see if you... Oh, boy, we're gonna start getting beat up already. Great. I'm definitely... I think I need to get Nori his chainmail, so we'll kill a couple things, get Nori the chainmail, so that he can take scads of damage, and then we'll go on. But yeah, the city's supposed to be Cornelia. Not to be confused with Corneria, which is the place from Star Fox. I sometimes erroneously call it that, so please forgive me if I do, because for some reason I always called it Corneria as a kid. About that, this was actually one of my favorite games as a kid. Just little, like, 7, 8-year-old Kay would come home from elementary school and play the crap out of this. This was one of the earliest games I could read, because I'm actually severely dyslexic. And for a long time, I couldn't read or write very well. These days I'm actually a writer, of course, on the side is what I do, which is kind of funny to a lot of people. But when I was even like 6 or so, I could not read at all. Couldn't. It was too hard for me to do because of how severely dyslexic I was. I just couldn't make out the words because they were all different to me. Like, I'd be reading F-G-T-H, and the T would be upside down, or something. It's just terrible degree of dyslexia. It's some sort of disorder with it. But I ended up, over time, being able to teach myself how to read and how to write. I was kind of on the verge of getting placed into, like, a learning disabilities reading course before I decided that I just didn't want to do that, because I was a very intelligent child. And I didn't care for the idea of that even then, and I thought, you know, I've got to do something or I'm going to get into a problematic situation here for me. And so I ended up kind of doing this roundabout way that still works for me to this day, is how I read and write. And I can read and write very quickly. I just sort of take the first and last letters, which usually don't get mixed around for me, and if they do, I just sort of mix everything back up in my head, because all you really need is the first and last letters of a word to know what it is usually. So that's how I read, and I write with the help of a spell check, but I still can't write by hand very well, even now, but that's okay, because these days handwriting is pretty much dead anyway. But this was one of the things that I credit to helping me learn how to read, because I really wanted to be able to understand what was going on here. You know, for obvious reasons, that I just couldn't read very well, so I couldn't play this game. And once I got to where I could read... It also helped that everything's like 4 letters in this game. I was able to just thoroughly enjoy the game again, and that was really great. Or really for the first time, not again. But this game has a special place in my heart, because this is really the first game that I ever read as a kid. And so it's always been kind of special to me. I've got a little warm, fuzzy feeling place in my heart for Final Fantasy I on the NES. And my brother played this too. My brother's much older than me. He's 8 years older than me, so he was already, you know, a teenager and cool and stuff. But yeah, this was another favorite game of his, and it was something that we both had in common, which was nice, because we, being 8 years apart, didn't have a whole lot of shared interests. So yeah, this has always been a big thing for me. It's been a big part of my childhood, and Final Fantasy will always have a special place in my heart. I like most of the games in the series. I don't particularly love 2 very much. I love 3. 4 is okay, it just wasn't for me. I don't know why, I just didn't like it. I recognize it was a good game, though. 5 I love, 6 I love, 7 I love, 8 not so much, 9 I love, 10 I like. I haven't played 11, because it was an MMO and it just wasn't my style of MMO. But I did like 12, and I did like 13, despite most people not liking 13. And I do play the Final Fantasy 14 and love it, so yeah, I'm a fan of the whole series, pretty much. And I probably will play through all of them in order at some point, which means I'll eventually need to play through 11, which will be interesting for me. Because I've just never really seen much about it. I know a lot about it, but I've never really played it. We just need to do a little more imp killing in order to further our goals here today. We need to get Nori some appropriate armor, and then we'll really advance with things. I wanted to do it kind of gung-ho, starting right out the gates, raring to go in the first episode there, just to show you how badly you will get absolutely wrecked if you try to rush this game. This game must be played at its own pace, or it will hate you, and it will hurt you. Which, as a kid, I liked, because when I was a kid, there just wasn't a lot of video games to be got. You know, very limited money as a little kid. So a game that took you like a million years to beat was a great deal, especially if you enjoyed it. I would spend hours just grinding imps or whatever was the appropriate creature at the moment for me. We have enough gold to get what I want to get. So let's go into town and pick that up. I don't remember who all can actually have wooden armor. I'll have to check that off camera. But I definitely want to buy Nori his nice chain armor. And that goes to Nori. Let's go ahead and equip that on him. That's going to make him a lot better. Let's actually take a little look at his status. Right now, Nori has a, let's see, damage 15, hit 20%, evade 51%, absorb 1. Okay, so let's just give him chain and see what that does. That takes his absorb up to 15%. It lowers his evade a little, I believe, but yeah, he's not going to really be taking much damage anymore. I think Carmine can wear wooden armor? I'm hesitant to say yes on that, but we'll find out soon. And Nori would like to sell his cloth armor for a little money back. Let's go ahead and save our game and heal up at the inn again. We still have no potions or anything. A few things to keep in mind. Enemies do not drop items in this. I don't believe. That comes later on in the series. And so since they don't really drop you anything, you kind of have it rough. You don't get potions except by buying them at the store, and they are pretty pricey. However, as we see some enemies that aren't just crummy little imps, we'll get a lot more money to get potions with them alike. And then cure will not be quite as imperative. It'll still be useful, though. This is a swamp terrain that we're in, by the way. Different tile sets have different encounter. Some of them have different encounters, some have different encounter rates. There's a few glitches with that can be exploited in the game, which we'll see much, much later. Yeah, look, Nori's taking 1 damage now. He can basically get hit 35 times by most of the stuff in this area. So he's pretty strong now. We won't have much trouble. We're definitely in a much better position to take the fight into the temple. And maybe take on that Garland guy that we're after, who's kidnapped the princess. Of course, these imps don't do tons of damage. They hit Surge for 3. I mean, that's not much, because Surge is wearing a bathrobe, pretty much at this point. Alright, so we get our usual 7 gold, or 70 XP and 30 gold. One more fight with imps and we should gain a level, which will see us get a significant rise in our stats. In fact, I think I will fight something here. Oh, hey, there's a Mad Pony. A very unusual name. It's translated as Crazy Horse. So they went with Mad Pony because they only had 7 letters. There are some hilariously truncated names in this game, and you will see a lot of them as we go. But he's not really worth casting at. I'm pretty sure a couple hits. Once Nori gets a hit in, he should die. And it missed me. That's good. Nope, Nori didn't quite kill it. It's a little sturdier than I remember. Carmine? No? Okay, this thing's got a lot of health. It's actually pretty burly. Let's go ahead and give it another wave of attacks. That should be more than enough. Yeah, there we go. He only had like 100-ish health. A little under 100, probably. That's still about as much health as my entire party combined, mind you, so... I'm glad he missed. He gives much more EXP and gold than an individual imp would. Okay, so I've gained a level. My HP has skyrocketed, and I gained strength, agility, vitality, luck. Just level ups are a huge treat in this game. Nori gains a level. He gets scads of health. He gets the strength, the agility, the intelligence, strangely. I wish I had gotten that. And the vitality, as well as luck. So Nori had a really good level up there. He rolled great. The leveling is a little random in what bonuses apply. Serge got his intelligence. Good. And that was it. That's all he needs. Carmine has a shitload of health now. Wow. Strength and agility is what he needs. Vitality's always handy. Luck is good because his hit rate is abysmal. Black Belt is not known for his tremendous chance of striking you. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cast my cures on me and Serge, and we're gonna just go for it. Also, once we rest, you'll notice I have 0-3. So I have 0-3 spells, so I can cast a third cure in a day now if I really want. That's good. That's gonna be very helpful to us. We'll head into the temple now. Let's see here. I don't have any offensive magic to throw at him. I think some of these can be opened without the Mystic Key. Let's see. Creeps. What is a creep? I really wouldn't even begin to know what to tell you that thing is. It's just a creep. It's got amazing buck teeth and a upside down butt chin on the top instead of the bottom. That's what I take away from that sprite. Maybe it's some kind of just like fungus creature. I don't know. They're pretty sturdy. I'll give them that. Wow, they are taking a serious beating and not going down. Let's go ahead and switch up. I think that one will go with everybody on it. Thankfully, they're not. They have similar Carmine levels of accuracy. Oh my god, that hit me for 25 damage. We're not going to mess around in here for long. Why aren't these dying? Holy cow. They are really strong. Surge is going to throw some fireballs next turn, maybe. Actually, I think I'm just going to run for my damn life. No, I'm not going to run away, because running is super unreliable. Let's go ahead and cast a fireball at one. There we go, that's good. And everybody's gonna miss because they were all attacking that one, except Surge is gonna fireball the bottom creep. 38 damage, not bad. Okay, so a wave of attack. Oh, no, never mind, he's dead anyway. Good. That wasn't so bad. We made it through that. Monsters perished, we didn't. We're good. That's a lot of EXP and gold. Wow, okay. Those are like 15 a pop. Yeah, we're gonna just head inside and deal with the boss of this place directly, I feel. We'll do that on the next episode because we're out of time for this one. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye for now.